this week we're looking at my English 130 syllabus. And so this should make a little bit of sense when thinking about reading the partials, which we did, and thinking about how then you can take an idea like Melissa Ames' dystopia theme and putting it into context with how it could work in a classroom. And this is kind of our first step in being able to think about how to theme or to use ideas to build curriculum within your own classroom. Next week, you will be looking at observing a real life classroom. I'm going to the dashboard right now so I can see our class and just have it to refer to it. But that will be another step to help you to start to think about what happens in your classroom. That's what we're moving towards right now, right? Here's an example that we've looked at by looking at engaging apolitical adolescence by Ames, the partials, and then my website. You kind of get to see this theory of how dystopian, a theme of dystopian literature could be used within a classroom. And then next week we go into this observation, so you can kind of observe what's happening in a classroom. I remember that when I was first starting out, they said, you can teach, because I had taken the courses required as a grad student. And my first thought was, yeah, but what do you do? And it kind of always stayed with me. And I went on to a graduate degree in education, actually after that, because it really mattered to me, like how you make material relative to students. I may have had subject competency, but I didn't really have knowledge of how a classroom works. So that's kind of what we're working with right now, is being able to decipher, like, here's some ideas, here's how a classroom works, how do you build curriculum around that makes sense and that helps students to feel connected and is valuable and lets you do reading and writing practices. So super important thing to start thinking about. So again, for our micro theme this week, we are working on my syllabus. So I'd like you to kind of take a look at it. And if you look at the weekly work, it says that, I want you to look over the syllabus and start to think about, how did this turn into a course, right? How do you make it work? How do you, what do you see when you're looking at that course? How are the things, how is it scaffolded? How is the idea of dystopian literature transferred into what students are doing? So this is you just kind of doing some analyzing, and I figure mine's safe because some of it's good and some of it's worked really well and it's taken a long time to build it. And then there's always things that you can improve. So it's just one way, again, to start thinking about how to build curriculum. This leads me to our midterm, and I'm going back to our website right now. And of course, you can see that the midterm is going to be due coming up pretty quickly, right? And so it's due October 24th, and it's a video. So I wanted to talk a little bit about it and kind of give you some more information about what to do. So the website reads, at midterm, each of you will create a 6-minute video that highlights one of our course materials and how you are conceptualizing and using the ideas in that source in your own classroom. The video should analyze and synthesize how pedagogy we have read informs us about the classroom. So let me see if I can unpack this a little bit for you about what I'm thinking. So at the end of the course, the semester, you're going to be doing, creating a curriculum design, a 4-week curriculum design for your classroom, whatever grade that you're thinking about working with. That is about reading and writing. It can be cross-disciplinary, but it's reading and writing practices that we're looking at. So I'd like you in the video to start walking down that process. And so I've said, pick some theory, something that's within our reading that we've done, and see how you could apply it to your personal classroom and talk about that in a video. How you could maybe create an assignment around it, how you could integrate the idea within your class. So for example, if you're thinking of Melissa Ames engaging apolitical adolescence, she talks about a theme to engage students in social justice issues. You could think about a theme that you might want to apply within your classroom regarding reading and writing, and how you would make that theme work and how it would connect to the work that the students are doing. That's one way you could go. Or maybe you want to look at Kakari at We Want to Work with Our Friends, and you're thinking about how you're going to apply that idea, social equity or equity and access within the classroom, to your own classroom. And you might think about assignments and what assignments you could use and what group work and how you could set up group work so that students would have the ability to work with in diverse groups. So there's lots of different ways to do this. I'm thinking you're going to choose one of the articles or one of the ideas, and you're going to pick that apart, and you're going to think about how you could utilize that idea within your own classroom. Any of the material is fine. You can use any of the work within our class, and it's a 6-minute video that you will post onto Blackboard. The one thing I would say, like all videos, it's easier if you do that video on your computer. You can do it through Zoom. I do mine through Zoom all the time. Download it to your computer and then upload it to YouTube. And then after you have the YouTube video published, you can then copy that link into Blackboard, into the assignment. Sometimes if you try to upload the video directly into Blackboard, it is problematic and it kicks you out and it won't do it. So it's actually better to upload it into YouTube. There is, just to let you know, I think a 15-minute time limit on YouTube for free videos. So don't go over 15. It's only required 6-minute video. I hope this helps with the assignment coming up. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me an email, and I'll talk with you soon. I hope you have a really great day. Thanks.